Have you ever been told something was impossible, that a clock had started ticking, and there was nothing left to do but wait? Today, we're not just talking about statistics or treatments, we're talking about the human spirit. I'm Dr. James, and welcome to Pancreatic Cancer Warriors. We're going to share some of the most inspiring Stage 4 pancreatic cancer survival stories ever recorded, stories that remind us that even in the darkest moments, a single spark of hope can light the way. These aren't just stories of survival. They are testaments to the power of the human will. They begin where many thought the journey would end, a diagnosis of Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. It's a moment that shatters worlds. For Sarah, a vibrant marathon runner, the news came without warning. Her doctors gave her a timeline measured in months. For Michael, a grandfather who dreamed of seeing his grandson graduate, the diagnosis felt like a final chapter, already written. And for Maria, a young artist, it was a shadow that fell over a life just beginning to blossom. Each one was told the odds were stacked impossibly high. They heard the words incurable, palliative, and end stage. They felt the weight of a prognosis that left little room for light. But in the face of impossible odds, they chose not to be defined by them. This is where their true stories began. The initial phase of treatment is often a brutal and isolating experience. Sarah's body, once a source of strength, was weakened by aggressive chemotherapy. The finish line she once crossed seemed a world away. Michael endured excruciating pain and the emotional toll of seeing his family's fear reflected in their eyes. He felt he was becoming a burden. Maria lost her hair, her energy, and for a time, her ability to paint. Her canvas sat empty, a stark reminder of the life that was slipping away. Each day was a battle, not just against cancer, but against despair, against the voice that whispers, "Give up," yet something inside them refused to be silenced, a quiet, stubborn flame. This is where the fight truly takes shape, in the small moments of defiance. It's in the decision to get out of bed when every fiber of your being screams to stay down. It's in finding the strength to eat when you have no appetite. It's in the smile you offer a loved one, even when you're breaking inside. Their journeys were not walked alone. Sarah's running club rallied around her, not for marathons, but for chemoyans. They sat with her during infusions, sharing stories of the open road, reminding her of the strength still within her. Her husband became her rock, researching every possible clinical trial, refusing to accept the initial prognosis as the final word. Michael's grandson started a daily video journal for him, documenting small moments of joy, a goal in a soccer game, a good grade on a test. It gave Michael a reason to fight for tomorrow, and the day after that. His community organized meal trains and offered rides, wrapping his family in a blanket of unwavering support. Maria's friends brought the art studio to her bedside. They held her brushes when her hands trembled, mixed her colors, and encouraged her to express the storm inside. Her art became her voice, a raw, powerful testament to her will to live. This support was not just comfort, it was fuel. It was a lifeline. It was the collective strength that held them up when they could no longer stand on their own. It reminded them that their lives mattered, that their fight was a shared one. And then, the moments that left doctors speechless. These are the turning points that defy explanation, the moments that rewrite the story. After months of grueling treatment, Sarah's scans showed something remarkable. The tumors, once spreading aggressively, had not only stopped growing, they had started to shrink. Her oncologist, who had prepared her for the worst, looked at the images in disbelief. He called it anomalous, extraordinary. For Sarah, it was a miracle born of grit. For Michael, it was a sudden surge of energy. One morning, he woke up, and the debilitating fatigue had lifted. He walked into the living room, and asked his wife to go for a walk in the park, something he had undone in a year. His blood work came back with markers that had plummeted, perplexing his medical team. They couldn't fully explain the dramatic turnaround. Maria's breakthrough was just as profound. A new immunotherapy, part of a clinical trial her husband found, began working in a way no one anticipated. Her body, which had rejected previous treatments, was now fighting back. Her doctor reviewed the results, shaking his head with a smile. "I've been doing this for 30 years, he said, "and patients like you are the reason I never lose hope." These were not just medical victories, they were victories of the human spirit. What made the difference? There is no single answer, no magic formula, but we can see patterns of resilience. For Sarah, it was her unwavering discipline. She treated her recovery like training for a marathon. She embraced a strict anti-inflammatory diet, practiced daily meditation to manage stress, and insisted on a light exercise routine, even on her worst days. Early access to a novel chemotherapy combination, which her husband fought for, was a critical piece of the puzzle. Michael's strength was his profound mental and emotional resilience. He refused to see himself as a patient. He was a grandfather, a husband, a friend. He joined a support group and found immense strength in sharing his story and hearing others. His positive outlook, his laughter, and his deep-seated will to create more memories became his most powerful medicine. Maria's journey was transformed by cutting-edge science and her own creative spirit. The clinical trial was a game-changer, but so was her art. Pouring her fear, her pain, and her hope onto the canvas gave her a sense of purpose and control when everything else felt chaotic. This psychological outlet was a vital component of her healing. Each path was unique. Each victory was personal, but they all shared one undeniable element. Every survival story is a unique tapestry, woven from different threads. There is no one-size-fits-all path to beating stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Sarah's story is one of physical fortitude and relentless advocacy. Michael's is one of emotional strength and the power of connection. Maria's is one of innovative medicine and the healing power of purpose. But look closer, and you'll see the common thread that binds them all. It's the thread of hope. Not a passive, wishful thinking kind of hope. It's an active, defiant, and powerful hope. It's the hope that drives you to seek a second opinion. The hope that empowers you to ask about clinical trials. The hope that allows you to find joy in a single, beautiful day. It's the hope that whispers, "What if?" In a world that shouts, "No." These stories are not meant to suggest that the journey is easy, or that every story ends this way. But they are undeniable proof that stage 4 does not always mean no chance. It does not have to be an immediate death sentence. It can be the beginning of the fight of a lifetime. These survivors, and countless others like them, are living proof that the human body and spirit can achieve the extraordinary. They are beacons for those who are lost in the dark. They show us that statistics are not destiny. To every patient, every family member, every friend watching this right now, hear this message. Believe in possibilities. While you seek the best medical care, do not let go of the power of your own spirit. Find your support network. Build your resilience. Fight for every option. Embrace the strength that comes from love, from purpose, and from an unbreakable will to live. Hope is real, it is powerful, and it can change everything. Here at Pancreatic Cancer Warriors, we see it every single day. Never, ever give up.